What's going on YouTube, and welcome back to our Law School Blind Let's Play. Let's keep going with Olive. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, hit that thumbs up. There's links in the description below for my Instagram and my Twitter. I call it still Twitter, I don't care. Alright, if you're interested in that, seeing behind the scenes stuff, pictures of my cat, it's my dog and everything. Anyways, let's keep going with Olive here. We're helping her with her public speaking, I think it is. Here, give me your hands. What are they doing? I don't know. It's kind of weird. They're not even talking. I wonder if they're crushing on each other. Never done. You did great, Olive. How'd it feel? Olive, you there? Oh, I sort of zoned out. Has it been a minute already? Yeah, give or take. How do you feel? It was nice. You have really nice eyes. So do you. Ready for the next exercise? Sure, what is it? It's called positive self-talk. We'll write things down that we like about ourselves and then share them. What should we write? Anything you like about yourself. Your achievements, traits, whatever comes to mind. For example, I'll start by writing about basketball. How I'm proud that rude. Sorry, you look so focused and the lighting was just right. I had to take the shot. Is that okay? Oh, I feel bad now. I should have asked you first. I'm sorry. Hey, it's okay. Can't wait to see how it turned out. It's a good one. I'll edit it and send it to you. Can't wait. Now, back to work. Yeah, focus, girl. Focus. Come on. Nope. No, but I'm telling you. Tequila shots are overrated. Then why does everyone keep doing them? Because they're cheap, and because of that thing with the salt and lemon. It looks much cooler than just drinking a regular shot. I'm just saying, I haven't done any shots in my life, but my first one will most likely be tequila. I can't believe this. I can understand that you've never done any shots, but come on, man. I can't let your first shot be tequila. I'll make sure that you, my friend, get the best first shot possible. So you're an expert? Yes, I am. I'll make you a shot of my own concoction. You do that for me? Of course. But you won't make it too strong, right? I'm only used to beer. Don't worry, my friend. I got you. Oh boy. They're getting along pretty well. Yeah, they're both nice. Besides, Will needs it after all that crap Jessica's putting him through. Yeah, poor Will. So, what's the plan again? We'll go sit in the park where we were with John last time and plan our strategy for tomorrow to interview all the staff members for the trial. You know, there's 5 of us. We can only interview 4 people. What do you mean? Well, we're representing the plaintiff. So we'll be taking the statements of the plaintiff, the policeman, the insurance specialist, and the witness. We can't go and talk to the accused. So we can't each go and talk to one person. There'll have to be a group of 2 interviewing 1 staff member and 3 solo interviews. Makes sense. We can't let Alan interview Jack, though. What? Why not? Hello? Remember how he chased you after you smoked on campus? You were smoking on campus? Well, not exactly. Vicky had the one in her hands, and I didn't. There we go. You can't prove anything. You do know they have random tests in law firms, don't you? Hey, I still have a few years of college before I start thinking about quitting. Let me remind you, these are supposed to be the best years of our lives. Now that's something I can agree with. You should teach that to Brandon. He's too serious. He needs to loosen up a little. Right, Speedy? Brandon? Guys, what is this street? Those are houses, aren't they? I haven't seen any houses on campus before. They're probably the houses that used to belong to the fraternities and sororities before they got rid of them. Ah, okay. That's exactly it. My big brother used to be in one of those fraternities. There were a few fraternities and sororities, and they were all in the street. But the admission eventually decided to shut them all down. What happened after that? Not much. It's not like they're going to demolish the houses. They're not adjacent to the main building, so they don't want to use them as classrooms. But it's not like they need them for anything. I guess they're still figuring out what to do with them. They could sell them or something. Then maybe they could afford to buy beds that don't creak whenever you move. Agreed. Anyway, let's go. We have a strategy to figure out. Right, Brandon? Guys, do you not realize what we have here? What are you talking about? I'm talking about playing video games as late as we want. I'm talking about not having to share a room with your ex. I'm talking about not being woken up by your roommate. I'm talking about a home. Our home. What? You can't possibly mean that. Yes, I do mean it. You have to get this house, guys. They're not using it, and we could. We're not trying to build a fraternity. We just want a place where we can live comfortably, where we can study together. But that's crazy. They're going to ask us to pay for it. How can we possibly afford it? We won't pay for pre-made meals. We'll cook our own and save money. And we won't be using the dorms anymore. So that's also some money saved right there. We can also have parties here and charge other students a fee to get in. That's a good idea too. You could also raise money through events. I told you how much I love to cook. We could do bake sales. Maybe take part-time jobs or small jobs here and there. There are always a ton of ads on boards across the campus. Wait, are we seriously considering this? Don't you want to? I mean, yes, of course, but it's crazy. We don't even know if they'll let us do it. She's right. We need to make sure we get the house first. How do we do that? There's only one way, guys. We need to go and talk with the dean. Let's go right now. Hell yeah. Come on. Oh, interesting. Okay, I wasn't expecting that. Not you again. What are you doing here? None of your business. We can ask you the same question. Save your breath. How are you feeling today, sis? My day was good until I saw you. My heart. Ouch. Anyway, it's nice talking to you and stuff, but we have more pressing matters. Hold on a minute. The dean is the accused. You can't interview her. Just why exactly are you here? Tell her vaguely or mind your own business. No, mind your own business. How would you mind your own business? You were nicer last night. What? What? I was being gentle with you then. What? What? Still, I enjoyed how it ended. Well, since you won't tell us, we'll be on our way. Good luck with whatever it is you're doing. Wait, you're sleeping with Lana and Aurora? Hell yeah, man! I'm not. He's not. Of course, everyone thinks we're sleeping with Aurora and Lana. A house? On campus? For 5 first years. Can't possibly be serious. I know how it sounds, but we really want to make this work. Don't get me wrong, I appreciate the initiative, but it just won't work. We can't have first years moving into a house. It's too much of a liability. This idea is to allow us to have a space where we can work as a group, where we won't bother other students or be bothered by them. And what about the upkeep? We'll do jobs that are posted around campus to help pay for it. It can also raise money through events. Yeah, I'm a great cook. I'll give you some of my baking to prove it. Trying to bribe me now? Is it working? No! Look, you don't realize the amount of work that managing a house takes. Plus, you already have work here as students. It's too risky. And even though we're not using those houses now, we'll find a use for them at some point. But no is no, young lady. I applaud your determination, but this is a discussion you will not win. Thanks for receiving us. Let's go, guys. I get it. We're first years, and tradition dictates that we can't have on-campus housing. But hear me out. We're not your typical bunch. We're hungry for the law, and we're determined to dive headfirst into it. We want a space to eat, sleep, and breathe law. A space where we can work together, pitch ideas, train one another without ever bothering anybody else. Imagine a house where legal debates never end. We'll collaborate, study, and immerse ourselves in the subject. It's more than a residence, it's an intellectual hub. one which will only benefit us on our journey to learn about the law. Her interest and passion for the law are undeniable. We challenge norms, we're driven to excel, and I know that if you give us that house, we'll make it worth it. This isn't about us, this isn't just about where we sleep, it's about shaping our future. Let us worry about the upkeep of the house, because we've thought this through. We're more resourceful than you think. Let us prove what first-year law students can achieve. A little smirk. Brandon Hard. I remember you being late to the introduction, just like your friend Alan back there. Ouch. Professor Morse told me you started helping Olive Garden. Oh, really? Her last name is Garden? Are you serious? Sure, she asked you to. And I've heard some other things about you as well. What other things? When I studied here many years ago, our esteemed founder deemed it necessary to have houses around campus for the purpose of having students bond and work together. As you can imagine, it turned out quite differently, which is why, as soon as I became dean, I began removing fraternities and sororities from those houses and dissolving them. I will never allow them to return to Stockenberg again. But I'm hearing you, and somehow you've managed to pique my interest. So here's what we're going to do. You call yourselves resourceful, so I'll put you to the test. If you win that trial on Monday, I'll let the owner of the school know about your wish. Does that seem fair to you? The owner? Yes, I'm the dean, but I'm not the owner of the school. The owner is the son of the founders, Angela McDermott and Stan Mackin. Mackick? You trust me with his position, but such decisions can't be made without his consent. Excuse me. What's his name? Perhaps you can arrange a meeting with him, and we'll discuss it with him. He's a very busy man, but he's the one who decides if he wants to schedule a meeting, not the other way around. But he knows everything that happens in Stockenberg. So, if you win the trial on Monday, perhaps he'll be interested in talking with you. Do we have an agreement? We won't disappoint you. You better not. Really? They named her last name is Garden? Come on, man. Just oh man, that's funny. Dude, that was awesome. I can't believe we pulled that off. Man, we were ready to give up and leave. But not you, Brandon. You were amazing. Come on. No, they're right. You were. I know you've always been good at speeches, but the way you turned the situation to our advantage. Good job, Brandon. Thanks, Rose. But now we need to prepare for tomorrow. Stakes are even higher now, guys. Let's go prepare, I guess. I guess? Come on, man. And you know what, Alan? I feel like drinking a beer now. You know what? I agree. Yeah? Just one beer while we work. We can celebrate a small victory while we prepare for a bigger battle ahead. Let's go to the place we were last time and come up with our strategy. I have some in my room. I'll come with you, and we'll meet you guys there. Now, that should be interesting. Now we really gotta win. Wonder how interactive it's gonna be. Alright, everyone. Let's resume thinking about the case and the details. So, we're looking at a traffic accident that took place at the intersection of Liberty Avenue and 5th Street. It was on a Wednesday at 8:30 p.m. on a heavily raining evening. There were two people involved. Elsa, the plaintiff, who was driving a blue sedan, and the dean, who was driving a black SUV. Elsa is a college student driving an older model car from 2006. She sustained some injuries, including whiplash and a fractured wrist. She claims she had the right of way because the traffic light was green for her. She's never been in an accident before, but she does have 2 minor speeding tickets. Dean, on the other hand, is also playing the role of a dean in this exercise. She suffered no injuries since her car is a large and heavy late model SUV from 2021. She also claims she had a green light and didn't see Elsa's car until it was too late. She has no previous traffic violations, but was recently prescribed glasses for driving, which she wasn't wearing. Oh, interesting. They also have a few other actors that were present on the scene. First, we have Jack. He's a police officer. He has 20 years of experience on the job. He states in his report that there were skid marks coming from both cars, and that both cars sustained some damage. He also mentions that none of the cameras in the area were working. Then, as a witness, we have Selena. She's a barista at the nearby coffee shop. She claims she saw the dean on the phone right before the crash. It looked like she was texting. Also, her profile mentions that Selena had previously been in a minor car accident, and the ruling didn't go in her favor. Lastly, we have Caroline, a forensic car analyst. Her initial report mentions that the SUV has more robust safety features, and the onboard computer recorded that she was driving 5 miles over the speed limit, while Elsa's car tires were underinflated. Caroline has testified over 50 times. 50? Holy crap. Finally, the key evidence of the case. First, the traffic light timing. There are inconsistent witness statements about whether the light was green or red. Next, we look at the skid marks found at the scene. These suggest that both parties attempted to brake at the last minute. Regarding the car damage, there's front and side damage to both, but it's much more severe on Elsa's sedan, which, yeah, of course, is a smaller vehicle. The mobile phone records show that a text message was received by the Dean around the time of the accident. However, there's no evidence that the message was read or replied to at that time. Weather reports from the day of the accident confirm there was heavy rain. Lastly, the medical reports confirm Elsa's injuries from the accident. Now, if it was heavy rain, wouldn't that have affected the track marks at all? Because wouldn't the rain have just like washed a lot of that rubber away? Unless it was crazy. The toxicology report shows that neither party had any substances in their system that would impair their driving. Damn, that's a lot of information. Yeah. Okay, team, let's break this down step by step. We're representing Elsa, which means we need to build a strong case around the evidence and what we know. It sounds like a lot, but if we each take a part, we can totally handle this. Right, so we've got a bunch of angles to cover. The traffic light inconsistencies and the right-of-way are huge ones. And don't forget the weather conditions. That heavy rain could have played a big part in what happened. We also need to consider the mechanical conditions of the vehicles, like were Elsa's tires properly inflated? What about the speed they were going? There's a lot of technical stuff we need to dig into. Not to mention personal factors, like the Dean's glasses, and the possibility she was distracted by her phone. And how reliable are the witnesses and experts? We need to check their backgrounds thoroughly. First things first, we need to gather testimonies from Elsa, Caroline, Selena, and Jack. That's going to provide us with the foundation we need to address all those points. I agree. So, how do we split them up? I could go to Jack. Yeah, nah. Not on your own. I'll be coming with you. I don't need a babysitter. You'll get one anyway. Fine. At least Elsa, Caroline, and Selena. Who's taking who? I mean, I'm good with whoever, but we need to make sure we're asking the right questions. I'm fine with whoever, too. Is there anyone you prefer to talk to, Brandon? Of course, here's the choice. Selena, Caroline, or Elsa. So Elsa is the one that got in the accident. Let's do Elsa. I'll talk to Elsa. I'm getting along pretty well with her, so I'm sure I'll be able to get as much information and help as possible. Great. In that case, I'll take Selena. And that leaves me with Caroline. Perfect. So, can we finally drink a beer? Yeah, that sounds about right. But we still have to talk about what questions we're going to ask. Alright, Mr. Hurd, try to relax a little. We'll do both. Cheers. Mr. Hurd. Yeah. What a day, huh? I still can't believe the Dean actually said yes. Did you see the look on her face when I made the pitch? Of course I did. You really impressed everyone today, given how hard the Dean was opposing us. Yeah, well, sometimes you gotta take risks, right? I mean, look at us, spending all day in that car accident case. It's high stakes all around. Absolutely. And tomorrow, we have those interviews with the college staff. It's really exciting, isn't it? It is. With a little more effort, we can wrap up our case strong. We'll just have to stay focused and organized. And beat my sister. Don't forget that part. How could I? You know how much I hate Andrea and Aurora. If we beat them, it won't just be a win for the case. It'll be a personal victory for me too. And one step closer to the empty house. Imagine the freedom and the space. Feels like a dream. I could finally have a room where I'm not tripping over textbooks and research papers. Or basketball shoes and dirty laundry in my case. Well, you're a boy. You can't help being messy. Hey, that's not true. Speaking of which, you think we can put a hoop in the driveway of that house? Absolutely. But only if we get to play one-on-one. I'll crush you. Deal. You know, Lana, I really appreciate you having you as a roomie and a teammate. Same here, Brandon. It's been such a relief, given that we didn't know each other a few days ago. You could have been a creep or something. But you're not, and you've made life pretty easy. Even if you wake me up at nights. It only happened once. So, when we get the house, we'd have separate rooms, huh? Yeah, Space to breathe and all that. That's right, space is good. You alright? It's just, I've gotten used to having you around. I get that. It won't be the same, but hey, it's not like we're going to different colleges or anything. True, we'll still be on the same campus, in the same classes, live in the same house. Exactly. We'll just have more private space. But for now, let's focus on beating Andrea and her team first. Then the house will be ours for the taking. And then life will be perfect, or as perfect as law school can be. Well, with you guys as my teammates, I'd say it's pretty close to perfect. You're really something, Brandon. I mean that in the best way possible. Thanks, Lana. How about we get some rest? Tomorrow's a big day. That's a good idea, Brandon. I'll go brush my teeth. Alright. Could've went for a kiss there or something. Where the hell am I? I thought I went to bed. You're dreaming. And he had a dirty dream about Caroline. And where he got eaten on the end. That's kind of interesting. Fell right into her mouth. So, it's been a while since we had kind of like a dirty scene in this game. I was kind of surprised actually how little naughty content there's been so far. So that's a nice little change. Obviously, I can't show you that. So that's interesting having night. I figured especially after that talk we just had with Lana, maybe he'd dream about her or something. But nope, just Caroline. Ah! Just a dream. Just a dream. New scene unlocked. Oh, geez. Okay. Pumped up the guns. Oh, this is like the end of the episode or something? But I don't have any music, unfortunately, so maybe I'll add some here. Busting a move, though. Look at her go. Ah, damn. Hopefully there's no nudity in this. I don't have to cut any of it. Running, running, running. Oh, you won't believe what happened to Jessica yesterday. I caught her in the bathroom. I swear she was doing stuff to herself. Is that so? Yeah, I mean, who does that? Especially in a public restroom. Some people have no boundaries. Tell me about it. Anyway, you seem distant. What's on your mind? I was just thinking about the trial on Monday. Ah, Brandon and his little team. Are you worried? Worried? No, but I do want to beat them badly. Why is that? You usually don't care much. I just hate losing, that's all. If you say so. Change the subjects. Have you talked to Mike lately? Not really, why? He's just so cool, you know? Son of that famous lawyer and all. I wish he'd joined our team. He made his choice. Still, it's a shame. He's so mysterious. I'd love to get to know him better. Maybe another time. Yeah. What do you think would happen if Mike and Brandon ever faced off in a courtroom? Now that would be interesting. You think? I bet Mike would crush him. I wouldn't be so sure. Why? Do you think Brandon has some hidden talents? You know, I think about that speech he gave to Mike on the first day in oral expression. And I like to admit it, but I found it strangely impressive. And a couple of nights ago, we had a conversation when I couldn't sleep. I was my usual unpleasant self, trying to mess with him, but he was oddly kind. It's like he has some serious inner confidence. Can't quite figure him out, and it bothers me. Huh, you've been thinking a lot about Brandon lately. I think about a lot of things. Of course you do. So, what's the plan for Monday? We win. That's the plan. I like the sound of that. But are we doing anything special? I have a few ideas. Do share. In time. I still need to talk to Liam, Sienna, and Miranda about it. Let's just say I've been doing some research. Research? You've really invested in this trial, aren't you? Like I said, I hate losing. Alright, if you say so. How much further are we running? Just up to the next intersection. Cool, I could use a smoothie after this. Not a bad idea. Do you want to come? No, I have some things to take care of. More research? Something like that. Well, if you change your mind, you know where to find me. I always do. Yeah, seriously, you guys are always together. Can you believe it's the end of the week already? It's also the end of this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you're liking this so far. I'm not sure how long this is. It's only episode 3 of this version of it. So I'm not sure how big each episode is or how much farther we actually go. So hopefully there's a lot more to go, but we'll see. I hope you're enjoying this series. Hit that thumbs up, hit that subscribe button if you're interested in supporting the channel at all, which I would really, really appreciate. We have channel memberships. It's just one price, one tier. You get videos early, you get them ad-free, and you also get an exclusive Let's Play. I think at this point I'm still playing through Summer's Gone, but if not, we should be on to our second Let's Play. So if you're interested, check that out. I really, really appreciate it. And I'll catch you on the next one.